It's the Queen's birthday long weekend from Saturday, June 11th to Monday, June 13th, 2016. And while everyone is enjoying a nice long weekend break, the City of Sydney had once again hosted the Transport Heritage Expo at Sydney Central Station. The first train is the Great Train Race. This year we see three modes of rail traction racing against each other, which are Red Rattler F1, which are just returned into service by Historic Electric Traction New South Wales, and Transport Heritage New South Wales' steam locomotive 3642 and diesel locomotive 4001. These three locos will race against each other as far as Hurstville in the suburbs of Sydney. We are in car number C3426, which was built on September 30th, 1929 at Clyde Engineering in Granville. 3 years later, this carriage led the first train across the Sydney Harbour Bridge in 1932 and was withdrawn from railway service on January 10th, 1992. The race will start at McDonaldtown, as it is impossible to have all three trains pull out of Sydney Central at the same time. So let's all enjoy the Great Train Race. As we pulled into Strathfield, Red Rattler F1 is declared the winner. As we pass through the station, 4001 heads its way to Liverpool towards the Y route and through Parramatta, while 3642 and F1 make their way to Clyde, ready for the return journey to Sydney. When we return to Sydney, F1 makes its way to East Hills for the day, while 3642 heads its way to Hurstville for the day as well. As Saturday's event draws to a close, we see 4490 leading the train back to Sydney, with 3642 at the lead at Banksia. Day 2 of the Expo, on Sunday, June 12, 2016, saw 4490 leading the train back into Sydney Central Station with 3642 from Hurstville.
On platform 1 terminates here. Please do not join this train.
We also hop on board F1 Red Lady, departing Sydney for East Hills. This time, we are in car number T4527, which was built on October 4th, 1929, and was built at Walsh Island Dockyard in Newcastle, New South Wales. It then retired from service in January 1992. After leaving East Hills, we now head back to Sydney.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Nearly 25 years out of service, platforms across the Sydney railway network had been improved over the years. So, due to safety reasons, Red Rattler trains will have to go through slowly near platforms. As we arrive back into Sydney, 3642 now departs on its last journey towards Hurstville for the day. It's now day 3 of the Expo, and the last day on Monday, June 13th, 2016. And at Padstow, we see F1 once again charging towards East Hills. Then we see F1 passing through Beverly Hills on its return journey to Sydney. And to end another year of the successful Transport Heritage Expo for 2016, we see 3642 charging through Carlton on its way to Hurstville. To conclude the July edition of Rail Around New South Wales, we now see Transport Heritage New South Wales' 4490 pulling the train back to Sydney.